Okay, so I've already moisturized and like I used like this face oil stuff. So my base is already ready. Today I'm gonna be using the Milani Conceal and Perfect. This foundation is amazing. Like it's super thick though, so if you don't like a thick foundation, then you might not really like this one. But it is super full coverage and literally like covers everything. And with all of my breakouts right now and stuff, I kind of need something that's gonna kind of smooth my face out and just like cover everything because I'm just not feeling very good about my skin right now. I don't know what it is, but like I must have slept on my neck wrong or something last night because like anytime I move like this, it hurts so freaking bad right here. Like I literally don't know what to do. Okay, so now the base is all done. So today I'm going to be going in with the Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer. Yesterday I used the shade in Vanilla, but this time I'm going to use Nude because I think this one is like a little darker, and so I feel like my face is darker today too. And then before I blend this all out, I'm just going to spray my beauty blender with the Coconut Wet n Wild spray. I just feel like being really kind of like dewy, glowy, bronzy today. So that's what I'm going for. Whenever I spray my beauty blender, I kind of like tap it in a little bit, if that makes any sense. I just don't like going right in with it. I feel like it kind of almost disturbs the concealer a little bit. So I just like tap it out first. Okay, now I'm gonna bake with the Maybelline Fit Me powder again. Oh my God. I was gonna cream contour today. Whatever, I'll just have to do like another video solely just for cream contouring. Sorry. Okay, so now that we're all baked, I'm going to do my eyebrows. Okay, brows are done. So now I'm going to set the places that I haven't baked with my MAC Studio Fix powder. And now I'm going to use my tapered blending brush to wipe off my bake. Okay. Now I'm going to use the Hoola bronzer to contour my nose, like usual. So make sure whatever bronzer you guys are using to contour your nose is like a cool tone bronzer. So like kind of more like a grayish contoury shade. I would definitely never use my MAC Give Me Sun to contour my nose because that's such like an orangey shade. That's just like a little tip for how to make your nose contour look a little bit more realistic. And I don't always do this step, but to make your nose contour look just like a little bit more snatched, after, like we've already baked and stuff, but like after contouring, just kind of like re-bake your nose. And it just kind of like lines everything up. So I use the Morphe sponge. So at the end here, there's this like flat edge. So that's what I'm gonna use. I'm gonna dip into some powder. Right there. Okay, just like that. So while that's like sitting there for just a little bit, it only takes like a few minutes for it to like fully set in. I'm gonna do like bronzer. So today I really just want it to be like a super bronzy look, so I don't think I'm gonna do this step where I contour with Hoola. I'm just gonna go straight in with my MAC Give Me Sun and just like bronze up. Okay, so now all the bronzing is done. I'm gonna wipe off the bake on my nose. See, and it just kind of makes it look like a lot more snatched and natural looking. Now that we're all bronzed up and we're kind of almost done with all of our powders, I'm gonna set my eyebrows. Again, using the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. Okay, and now I'm gonna go in with the eyeshadow. So let me go ahead and check whatever ones you guys picked on my poll, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just went and checked the poll to see how it was doing, and Hot Peach is winning by like a lot. I think it's like 30 something to 60 something. So I'm gonna be doing the Hot Peach. So that means I'm gonna be using the Thirsty palette by Jeffree Star. So this look is actually really easy. I really just have like a crease shade and then I have an all over lid shade. So I'm gonna be going in with the Morphe 441 brush, and it's just like a fluffy brush. And I'm gonna be going in with the color Taste Buds. That's right there. And just running that across my lid. And I really like the like pulled out look. So instead of bringing my brush like down, I kind of bring it out. I just like make my brush have that motion. Pick some more up. Just making sure that this color is super opaque on my crease. Okay, and once it's like super opaque on my crease, I'm gonna go in. I don't usually use like brushes out of a palette, but this one's actually really good for like packing on color. So this is the Urban Decay Naked 2 like double-sided brush. And I'm gonna use this side for packing on the color. And I'm gonna go in with the color Bitch. So I'm just gonna pick that up and like swipe it on my lid. I have like eyelash extensions, so I'm making sure to bring them like really close to my eyelashes. That way there's not like a gap between where the eyeshadow is and where my lashes are. Picking up some more of the okay, so I have like a little bit of fallout right here. It's not even fallout, it's just from my brush, like kind of flicking product down there. So I'm gonna take the same brush that I used to wipe off my bake and just kind of like flick it up. Cleans it right up. And now that we're done packing the color on the lid, I'm gonna go back into that Taste Buds color and just kind of blend out that line. Okay. And I'm super weird, like I have not worn bottom mascara in years. I don't usually put anything on the bottom lash line. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I most likely won't. So I am just gonna leave my bottom lash line clear. But for you guys that like to put stuff on the bottom lash line and like bottom mascara, I would definitely just go in with that Taste Buds color and kind of buff it all the way underneath. And then kind of go in with that beige color and just kind of maybe focus it on the center. That's just personally what I would do if I was doing a bottom lash line. And I'm gonna do this eye off camera and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I just finished up the eyes and I still have a few more finishing touches to make. So I figured I would do it on here. So because I have eyelash extensions, it's just something that I like to do whenever I'm done with my eyeshadow. I just like to take a spoolie and just kind of like comb through my lashes. I feel like it helps get any like eyeshadow that's fallen onto my lashes and just kind of like scrape them off. And I love for my eyelashes to be like kind of cat eye and like pulled out to the sides. So I just do that. Okay. And because I don't do a bottom lash line, I tend to get this like weird like buildup of shadow like right here. So sometimes I leave it, like if it isn't very bad, like I'll leave it sometimes to be like kind of smoky. But today I feel like kind of cleaning it up, so I'm going to show you how I do that. So I'm going to use the same concealer that I used on my face today, the Born This Way in Nude, and I'm just going to take a little bit and put it on the back of my hand. And then I just take that flat side again of the Morphe sponge and I just pick up a tiny bit of concealer. Like you really don't need a lot at all. Tiny bit. And kind of just like cut that shadow. And even though we have like baked and like used powder and stuff, it's still gonna look fine if you just use a tiny little bit. And even though we have like baked and used powder and stuff, so yeah, whichever, like however you would draw your winged eyeliner or anything, just use this same technique and the same motion. So look at this eye compared to this eye. It just gives that like wing pulled effect. So we're gonna do the same thing to this eye. Make sure they're even. Okay, so that's with both eyes kind of like cut out. And today I feel like putting some inner corner highlight. So I'm actually gonna use whatever highlighter that I'm gonna use and just kind of like pop it in the inner corner. So again, I'm using that Fenty Beauty and Hustler Baby. And where's my brush? Okay, so that same packer brush that I used from Urban Decay, I'm just gonna grab the other end and just grab some highlighter and pop that in. So I feel like there's two ways of doing inner corner highlight. You can either pull it down like this, or you can bring it up like this. I like both ways. Sometimes I like bringing it down on my bottom lash line a little bit in the inner corner. Today though, because I have nothing on my bottom lash line, I'm gonna do the pull up. So if you watched my last video, I explained how sometimes I like to do like all over highlight, like forehead, cheek, chin, like everywhere. And then sometimes I just feel like doing it on my nose only and just kind of keeping like the matte look. So I feel like today, with how much is going on with the eyes, maybe just keep it with the nose. So I'm just gonna pick up some with my finger and do the tip of my nose. And then I'm gonna grab that same brush that we used for our inner corner highlight and run it down the tip right here. So now it's time for blush. So I have two options. I either have this Wet n Wild Keep It Peachy, which, I mean, I guess I should probably do that one. And then the Milani Luminoso, and I feel like that one was gonna be for my hot pink. And then since I'm doing peachy, I'm gonna use this Wet n Wild Keep It Peachy blush. Using my Real Techniques blush brush. Picking some of that up. Another little trick too that you can do sometimes is like use whatever shadow you used and pop that as your blush. So now that this is done, I'm gonna spray my face, and today I'm gonna use the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. And once we're almost dry, we're gonna pick up our sponge again and just kind of melt that powder in, press it into the skin. So now everything seems to be done, and now we just need lips. Okay, so today I'm gonna be using the NYX pencil liner in the shade Soft Brown. It's actually not really brown at all. There's a NYX crayon liner in the color Natural, and this one's actually a lot more brown tone to me. This one is just kind of like a muted nude color. So I was gonna do gloss, but I actually feel like it looks good with just kind of like the matte look with the liner. These liners are so creamy that you can literally just put them all over your lips and use them as like your lip color. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I think that pretty much sums up this look. Thank you guys for watching. I actually really love how this turned out. It's super just like everything kind of goes together, everything matches, the blush, the eyes, the lips. So yeah, I love this look. And I feel like you can just do this with so many other things. You can do this with reds, pinks, like browns. You can literally do a monochromatic look with every single thing that you do. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to, you guys can watch my last video. I'm excited for you guys to see my other videos. Thank you for watching this one, and yeah.